Hi everyone, it's Lori and welcome to my channel. I hope you are all doing well today. So today we are actually going to do something I have never done before, and that is going to be a flip-flop journal. Give me just a second. I'm going to grab something. I should have thought about this before. And it will be with envelopes. Now, I have made an envelope journal before. Probably, I don't know, 2 years ago maybe. I made this one, and this was following Rachel over at Roxy Creations, and this was going to be, did I ever even write in it? Yep, wrote just a little bit. This is 2001, April 29th, so yeah, almost exactly 2 years ago. Had made this as a gratitude journal, and I don't think I ever wrote in it, but that one time. But this wasn't a flip-flop, but it does have lots of flippy things. I did write some stuff there. This was actually September of 2020. Yeah, so it's coming apart there, but yeah, I had actually made this following Rachel, as she made one little pocket there with tags and stuff in it, but I've never made a flip-flop journal, so seeing a lot of people do them, and they are absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, I thought I would try my hand at that. Now, I have watched numerous videos, guys, and I was just left totally confused with my little old self, or my big old self in my case. But yeah, that's that. Yes, left really confused about how to do it until I was actually searching it on YouTube and came across a channel, and she made it so super easy, guys. I'm going to put this back where it goes. If not, it'll be wandering around for days and never make it back where it should be, which is up there, so I never write in it, I guess, right? But yeah, she made it so easy, guys. So easy, in fact. Watch me goof it up but on camera, but I've already got 1, 2, 3 bases made. So these are already all glued together. I did use this one as a different one. It's just slightly wider, not by much, but a little bit shorter. But these are 3 bases that are already, yeah, completely put together and ready to make into journals. So this one right here, did it get together? No, it's not gotten together yet. It's ready to be glued. So I thought we would go ahead and glue that one, and then maybe we'll do a second one, kind of like start to finish, because all this has got a little bit done to it, just mainly like the edges cut off of it, but not a whole lot. And then I'll show you guys the papers and things that I'm going to be using with it. Okay, so let me go ahead and show you one that is all glued together. So what I have is a small one here on front. Now this envelope, I wanted it to kind of match the color of these envelopes. These are vintage envelopes that I had in my stash, and they actually, yeah, see, they have these real pretty roses at the top, but those will end up being covered up. But yeah, so we have this small envelope, so I had to cut it off here in order to cut it down, as well as all the rest of them needed to be cut down, and I've made them different sizes. So yeah, I didn't glue that back up because I'm thinking I may end up wanting to use that as a pocket, but we'll see. But we have that first, and then we're going to have a pocket here, and there will be a signature here. I believe these are going to have 5 signatures, so I have a signature there, and then you open it up here, and we will have a signature here, and then you open it here, and we will have a signature here. So that's how it opens there, and then you turn it this way, and we will have a signature here, and we will have a signature there. So yeah, so that is it, guys, in a nutshell. So let's see if we can get a couple put together. So what you're going to need, and you can use any envelopes you want. Now at first I did get out like mailer envelopes that had the windows in it. But yeah, I tried working with them and I really didn't like it because I didn't want to actually use any of the windows. They would all be covered up. So I just went into my stash and remembered that I had just organized a lot of envelopes because I got some more bins from Walmart delivered. Excuse me. So I had actually just organized these. So you're going to need a small one if you want one on the front, and then 3 other ones the same size. So you're going to have one that we are going to leave. And I messed this one up, guys, when I was trying to open up the edges of these two, because one of them you're going to leave it together like the envelope is, and the other two you're actually going to open it on the top and the bottom on both sides, if you will, to open those up. So you have 2 that's open, 1 that's not open, and then your small one. So yeah, when I was opening these up, I was trying to slit the sides with an X-Acto knife, and I went kind of off, so I ended up having to cut these down. So they're just a tad bit shorter. So this one I had to glue it back together, but it's all glued back together. So we have our small envelope, then we have our other envelope together, and then we have 2 envelopes that we have opened up. So I am actually going to use, and I know I'm probably confusing everybody already, so our first big envelope that's attached, we're going to put that down in there. Okay, see where I cut that down? It's not going to go back down in there, right? So let's just cut a little bit of this off, and really it's not going to matter because we are going to be tucking that in that pocket anyway. Alright, so let's see. Alright, so that side goes in there good enough. This side does not yet, and that's where I had to glue that, guys, back together. Okay, there we go. Probably should have started out with the other one instead of the one I had to glue. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is take one big envelope that's together and just put your closure up in there. And then this envelope, so our first envelope, we are just going to glue it right here, just to decide where you want it. You can have it all the way at the bottom, all the way at the top, in the middle, somewhere in between, and I think we're going to go about right there. So since that's where I want it, I have the flap here, right? And you want it right up next to that. I just like to turn mine over and do it this way, and I'm just going to use my Fabri-Tac to close that up. I'm going to go ahead and get a couple of somewhat dry baby wipes because I always seem to make a mess with this glue. So we are just going to put some glue around here and glue that to the back. Oh good, no seepage. And all that's going to be covered up because we're going to cover up all of these. Okay, so that's our first step. Big envelope, tuck in your flap. Small envelope, put your closure to the back, get it where you want it, and just glue that to the back. Now, where other people that I saw, and I got really confused because, I mean, they were turning them upside down and putting it in here, and, you know, that's not always easy getting that in there and getting it in the right spot and all of that. And I forgot to tell you guys who it was. Beth from Beth's Journal Boutique. And I will make sure to link her YouTube in the description box below. I may actually link that specific video. She made it really, really easy. And these instructions came from her because the other people I was watching, it was just you know, so confusing, I was at the wit's end of, okay, I'm not even going to try to make one because I can't even understand their instructions and get it together. So, yeah, but I found hers very, very easy. Okay, so we got that. Now we're going to take our first envelope that we have cut open, and we're going to take this and just put it on the back. So that we're going to glue it to the back, where other people were trying to shove that up in there. It was just, I mean, too difficult for me to get it on there. So, just going to close that up, lay that on top. There, and then I'm just going to fold it over because I like doing mine like that to make sure that I have everything on there the way it should be. I don't do good at freestyle, you guys know that. I have seen some people that just, you know, leave it there and put this one down on that in the perfect spot. I can't do that, so I like to turn mine over like this and do it that way. For me, it just makes it easier. I just got glue all over my table. See, I have shifted that already. Okay. So now that got that. And we're still going to have our pocket here. But that got that one there. Yep, pretty even. Alright, so now we open that up. Please, guys, this is not a tutorial. Please don't try to follow me because it's definitely all over the place. So here we have our other one. So we're pretty much going to do the same thing. We're going to go here, and we're going to butt this one up to there. So again, I'm just going to close mine, fold it over right there, get it on my edges, get it all the way up against there. And as you see, mine, instead of being more straight at the top, has this dip in it, so I need to make sure that I don't put glue right in here, because you wouldn't want glue there. So this is just a craft along, guys, please, not a tutorial, because it may end up being a hot mess. Okay, so there. That one up against there, to bump it up just a tad. Okay, so now I got that one. So now with my glue, I'm only going to put it at the top here where that glue already is, and then right along the edge here, but not enough for it to seep, and close it up. Just right along there, and then I'm gonna go along here. Okay, right there. And then just close that up. And then go ahead and open this back up. Make sure that it didn't get any glue right there. And we're good. Okay, so we got that. So that's good. Alright, so this is what it's going to look like. So then she took this piece and she folded it backwards. So we have this, then you grab the middle piece here, and it comes back up that way, and then that goes there. So there we have it. Again, I will show you how I folded that. So this is our long piece, and it's pretty much just envelope after envelope. So your first envelope, do your small flap there, just putting the flap to the back, so your small one goes there. The next envelope, that's all you're going to do. It's just flap to flap, flap to end, if you will. So we have one envelope. This is our second envelope opened up. This is our third envelope, and they are all glued on the back. Very easy. So then to fold it, just fold this over. This first one goes back, and then you're going to take this one in the middle, come back that way, and then fold that up, and that's your back. So this is front flap, pocket. This is where one signature will go. This is where another signature will go. That's the back. And then you flip it this way, there'll be a signature there and a signature there. So we'll have 5 signatures, not very many pages per signature, but we will have 5 signatures total in this journal, 3 in the front and 2 in the back. So there's that one. So that is another one made. So I have this ready for another one. So we have our small envelope for the front. We have our second envelope that we're going to leave closed, and then we're just going to tuck that flap in there. Take this way and put it there. Decide where you want it and just glue that flap down. Okay? So let's go ahead and just do that. Let's decide where we want it. Go on it there. And I'm doing mine kind of off-centered because I want to see the papers that I put on the bottom and the top. So I'll just turn that over like that. Flip that up. Grab my glue. And I am using the Fabri-Tac because the art glitter glue I did try it on one and it was warping my paper. So with the Fabri-Tac you don't get that warping. Okay, so we have that there, and all this is going to be covered up. So there's that, easy peasy. And we're going to reinforce these hinges, I guess, if you will, right here with either some kind of fabric or lace, because that's where we're going to be stitching in our signatures at. So we'll move that. So now we have 2 more envelopes, and what we need to do with these is open up the bottom and the top so that it will fold all the way out. Now the way I did it, I tried to freestyle. You guys know I can't freestyle, so we are just going to take our little trimmer, and I'm just going to do these 2 together. And we are going to take, guys, the, well, maybe I'll do one. No, let's do both. Because I want to make sure the slivers are the same. But, I mean, such a tiny amount. Tiny, tiny. It's actually going to be too much, I think. Look, guys, look at how tiny. That's all it takes to get it to open up. Open and open. Okay, so now we're just going to turn it around and do the other side. Again, just a teeny tiny sliver off of the edge here. Just to get that to open up. And then there. So, got those 2 ends, so we are done with that. So let's get up our scrappage here because I've already swept my floor. So now we have 2 that's open. Oops. And then we have this one we've already started, right? So we're just going to take one of these that's open like this, and we're going to glue this to the back of this one. Now some people just put their glue down and then stuck that on there like that. I can never get it straight or even when I do that. So all I do, I am going to clip this just a tad. So you just have to see if once you open up your envelopes, if these little corners are touching in your crease or not. We don't want them jammed up in there. So here's my envelope. I'm going to close it It's the way that I do it. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to sit it there. I'm going to fold that over and then just get it straight. Now the other one's going to be just a hair longer on each side, but as you can see, it's just that sliver that we took off, so it's really not going to make a difference. So now that I have that on there, I'm going to turn this around, and I moved it. Leave it to me. Okay, right there, and I have that butted up against there really good. So now I'm just going to open up my flap, and since this is all solid, I'm going to go over the whole thing here with my Fabri-Tac. Okay, and then just bring that down. Give it a good squishy. And I'm going to open it up and open that up because I did get a little bit of glue over here that squished out, so we're just going to wipe that off. Okay, so there's that. So now we have something that looks like this, right? Excuse me. So now we're going to take our last one. Now this one on mine's the one that has this dip in it. So again, I'm going to check these edges and make sure that they're not hitting in my fold. And they're a little bit too close for my comfort. So I'm just going to snip off very little here. Just in that corner, so that it is not touching up here. Because we're going to cover all that. So, okay. So now we have our third one. So we've got this one open that we just put on there. And we're going to put this one here. So again, what I'm going to do is put it over like this. Just going to fold that back just for the purpose of getting this on there. I want it butted all the way up against it. There we go. And then I'm going to open that up. So I'm going to turn it this way. Yep, those are close enough. They're going to be off by a little bit. So now, since it has that dip in it, I'm just going to go right here to the top. Here, but not enough for it to hopefully squish out. And then just over here where the glue was. And then we're going to put that down. Give that a good smush. And then open it up and see if we had any seepage here. And it looks like we did not. Alright, so oops. So now this right here is what we have. If you have it folded all the way out. Envelope 1, 2, 3, 4. This one's glued on this side to the back. This one's glued to the back. This one's glued to the back. So that's all you're doing. So now to close it, this one's going to go there. You're going to take the first crease and bend it back. Maybe I'll show you a different way. Then you're going to take this crease and you're going to bend it forward. Okay? Then you're going to take this crease and bend it back. And then you're going to take your last one and bring it forward. And there we go. So, here is our flip-flop journal. We have that. We have a pocket here. You can cover this and close that up, or you can also use that as a pocket. And like I said, I have it opened here, so I may make it a pocket from this side. And so we'll have a signature here. We turn it over, we'll have a signature here. Turn it, we'll have a signature here. And then this is our back. And then you flip it this way, and we're going to have a signature here. And then we're going to have a signature here. And then you go back to your front. So that, guys, is how Beth showed. The easiest one I found, let me tell you. I'm easily confused anyway, so nothing to the people who's making them and trying to tell us how to make them, because it is all me. Yeah, I'm easily confused anyway. So there we go. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we actually have 5 bases together for five flip-flop journals. There we go. So yeah, so now I'm just going to show you the papers, guys, and that's all we are going to do for today. Now when we come back in another video, I may have already started covering these. They may be completely covered, and we'll do pockets and ephemera and goodies to go in it. I do not know. She made the prettiest flip-flop journal. I will link her video on her showing how to put this together, because she's definitely more coordinated than I am. So again, this is not a tutorial. This is just what I got from her video, and me, I guess, confusingly telling you how she put it together, because I don't do that either, guys. So yeah, so she also has a video right after this one where she actually shows you a flip through of the journal that she made using this method here, and is absolutely gorgeous. So I took some notes. I watched that flip through like 1,200 times, and just jotted some notes down of some things that she used, because again, it is gorgeous. But if I'm not mistaken, that journal was already spoken for, so I didn't have a chance in Hades of getting it. So yeah, so these are the 5 signatures, and what she did in hers with this is the first signature, which will be the small one here. She had 4 pages. The second signature, and I just counted them. Just a moment, guys. Sorry about that. Yep, allergies, so I had to sneeze. So I watched her flip through and wrote down how many pages she had in each signature, because I wanted to make sure to put enough, but I also didn't want to have so many in there that it was just, a weird looking journal. I didn't want it to be like so fat that it was distorted and all that stuff. So yeah, that's probably why I watched that flip through so many times, was to count the pages that she had. So I counted the signatures 1 through 5 starting at the front. So this will be my first signature here. It'll be sewn in here, and that she had 4 pages. And then you open it up here, and we'll have a signature sewn in here. That one was also 4 pages. And then you flip this one, and the third signature, which is, let's just say, in the front of the flip-flop, was 5 pages. One of those was actually a bag, so the bag is included in the 5. So she had 5, and then this is our back, and then this will be our 4th signature here. She also did 4 pages, and I think one of them was the bag. So that's 3 pages and the bag. And then you open up this one, which is, I'm calling my 5th signature, and she had 4 pages there. And then, of course, that's kind of, like the back of it. And then you come back to the front. So she used folds out, flip in pockets, top tucks. She used the bag. She used tabs, lace, embossing. I think I'm going to do some texture paste with stencil. I'm going to use handmade paper. I'm going to use some stamps, and I wrote out Sam Poole and Lorna Taylor. I have stamps of theirs that I absolutely love. Vintage tape, and if you guys remember, I actually have that vintage tape, this authentic vintage tape, that came from some papers. I just got to locate it. I know where some papers are. We could tear some more off of it. But anyway, yeah, I have some authentic vintage tape. That was from an estate sale I went to on some paperwork. Print on some vellum. She had a vellum page in there. Floating tuck-ins, flippy pads, and a good bit of clip-ins. So those are just some of the things that I will be using. And again, yeah, this is scrappy scrap. This is Beth from Beth's Journal Boutique. And again, I will link her video below to her tutorial, if you will, on how to do these. So that's that. So enough, enough rambling. Okay, let's get into the papers. So I had saw Leslie at 507 Willow House Journals actually used, let me see, let me get to those, because I have some other stuff that I'm using as well. But the main things in the pages in my signature is going to be from Christy at Everlasting Journals. And I believe is she from the Netherlands? Possibly it's the Netherlands, if I'm not mistaken. I believe that's where she is from, but I'm not positive, so don't quote me on that. But yeah, so in her kits, she actually names them by set, not, floral roses or springtime flowers or something like that. She names hers by sets. So I think right now she has like 19 sets, if I'm not mistaken. So you're going to have a set 1, set 2, set 3, set 4. It's her Etsy shop. That's how she chooses to name her paper packs and her digitals. So yeah, so this right here is set 7 and set 2. And again, I'm also using other digitals, letters, how-to books, antique embroidery kit. That was from Paper Daisy Journals. How-to books. Okay, so letters from How-to Books is an Etsy shop. So that's some of the digitals that I used, I think, to back, and also antique embroidery kit by Paper Daisy Journals. That's this right here. So we will just go over really quickly. So these are actually been backed. So these are the pages for, this is Christie's at Everlasting Journals. I'm into blue right now. I'm not sure why, but I am absolutely loving these blues. Aren't they gorgeous? Now, this is someone else's, and I don't remember who, so please forgive me on that one. This one right here is Paper Daisy Journals, and that would be her embroidery kit. So is this one. This right here is an E for Edwards, and then the next one is an L for Lori. And this is a huge one. It's the whole alphabet. And I think it's like, the whole thing included is like 99 pages. Absolutely massive. And that's the letters, and that's from How-To Books on Etsy. So I decided to do an L for Lori and an E for Edwards, also for Enchanted Dreams. So we have that. Aren't this blue is just gorgeous. And so those are backed. So these will be the ones, or at least some of the ones for the signatures. And again, I'm going to be putting Antique Ledger, Antique Book Page, lots of antique pages in there. These are just some of hers that are just not backed, that we can use for collage or making tags or things like that. So there is that. And I got a couple of other of her sets. Now this right here is her set 2. Again, these are not backed, because these I may or may not use some. Okay, that was set 2. Okay, got it. So these were used in the first one to back, and that was her set 2. Yeah, this is set 2. Those are just the pages in set 2 that I used in here. So that is her set 2. This is her set 4. These are the ones that Leslie at 507 Willow House used. Isn't that gorgeous? Again, these are not backed. And then the plain one. So these are just different colored. So you get one without the lady and one with the lady. They're all gorgeous. Love this one. And this one. So that one right there is her set 4. And this one is simply just the set 7, guys. This one I have 7 and 2 because they're backed with some of 2s. So yeah, these are not backed. Let me go through these fairly quickly because we just looked at these, but I wanted you guys to see what you're getting in each set. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, so that one is set 7, all on its own, no other sets mixed in. And then this one, I really liked this one. Now, where those are more portrait style, you could do like tall skinny journals, and they're good for the tall envelopes. This one right here is landscape, and it's set 10 for more of a traditional style journal. But I thought this was gorgeous. Look at that. Absolute. I love this. This dude, not so much. Looks like he has way too much rouge on his cheeks. But yeah, I thought this was just gorgeous. I love this. And y'all know I like my architecture. That's beautiful. That looks like a antique rug, doesn't it? It might be a book cover. So that, guys, is set 10. And again, this is Christy over at Everlasting Journals. If I don't forget, I will put all of these links in there. Now this one, please forgive me, it had blue in it. I was just looking in my folders. Lord knows I have enough folders with digitals in it. And came across these, and it was blue, and they were smaller. So we may do something with these. I'm thinking this may have been a freebies, but please, please forgive me. I don't know whose it is. Okay, and then some other digitals I thought about using. Now this is Luna Rozu Co. R-O-Z-U. Rozu. I hope I'm saying that correctly. But I will leave the link in the description box below. And this is handwritten vintage floral envelope covers. Aren't those gorgeous? And I think she is actually having a big sale right now. But these are beautiful. So you have one set with no background, which are these. And then you have another set that actually has a background. Excuse me. Very, very pretty. Love these. So, there's that one. I thought it would go very well with these journals. And then this is another one of hers. This is a Luna Blue, Vintage Blue. This is a bit more on the vintage antique side, because some of it is fairly dark, especially this one. See the Eiffel Tower here. But yeah, very beautiful kit. You got some dark blue there. See where it's been antiqued up. So this one is also Luna Rozu Co. Rozu. Oh well. I apologize if I'm butchering that name. And then this one is also hers. Again, a little wacky for blues right now. This is called her Baby Blue. But it also has the pinks and the reds in it. So, you know, we could go that direction on decorating and embellishing. But these are gorgeous digitals. Absolutely. Look at that blue. So pretty. And then I love that. So pretty. So that is that one. Alright guys. So I will stop rambling. It's almost 40 minutes. God bless you if you hung on this long. So this is our next project, which will be again my first flip-flop journal. We shall see how it goes. I'm really excited. I saw Leslie doing hers, and then simply just the, flip through of Beth's. It is gorgeous. Very gorgeous. So we have those. Also have some ladies here. This is the most beautiful queens of all times, and that's Polka Art Studio. These are Everlasting Beauty, I believe, and they are also from Polka Art Studio. No, it's called Internal Beauty. My bad. Internal Beauty on that one. So I have those ready, and then I also have in here are these, and I just thought these were really pretty. Well, I have some little, I think these are those Heathers at Ruby and Pearl? Yeah, I believe so. Little envelopes. But this right here is from Kelly's Crafts by Kelly. I've bought from her before a couple of digitals, and this one is Vintage Book Lovers. And I just thought these images were so sweet. So you get the teeny tiny ones, but then you get these as well. And it's all ladies, some reading books to their kids. But they are all reading books. She's giving herself a break, I guess. But I just thought these were gorgeous. I really like that one. Look at that. I like that green in there. But yeah, so that is Kelly's Crafts by Kelly. So that is that one. Alright. So there we go. So I want to thank Leslie at 507 Willow House Journals for bringing these flip-flop journals to light, because this looks like it's going to be super fun. I think she did it like almost a year ago, so I'm always behind on the times, and that's okay. I had other fun stuff to do, but yes, I'm really excited about this. But guys, I did search on YouTube, and I thought I wrote down the names, but maybe I've forgotten. But I found one video that was like 3 years or over 3 years old. Let me see if I screenshotted it. That was actually called a flip-flop journal. Yeah, so let's see. Oh, Saturday, date and time. Oh, 25-cent book sales. Over 1,000 books. Oh, wow. Okay. Let's see. Let's see if I can. Oh, Suzanne in Ohio. Suzanne Kogar. Yes, so I did screenshot that. So perhaps that's one person. Let's see. To see. Yeah, that's the only one I saved. So I think I went back, and like 3+ years ago, she had posted one that was a flip-flop journal. So yeah, so these have been around for a really long time. So I'm even further behind the times, right? Yep, so there we go. And I do have some embossed handmade paper here. And this is from Heather at Rose Hill Paper Cottage. Absolutely love. You guys know I'm obsessed. I've told myself to start using it because I literally have 2 bins full. Because when I went looking for this, yeah, 2 bins full. Plus those are completely full, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like behind me, 6 stacks of these that I have bought that's not in a bin yet. So yeah. Alright guys, I look forward to doing this flip-flop journal with you guys. I hope, again, this was not too confusing. But again, it was not a tutorial. It was just me messing around trying to figure it out. So go over, guys, and check out Beth's Journals Boutique. Yeah, super nice. I think she may be on Instagram as well. I'm not sure. But I either commented on Instagram or her YouTube channel or both how much I loved her journal. And yeah, she responded back really quickly. She's really sweet, guys. All right, guys, thank you all so much for joining me today. I love you guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.